Hey everyone, hello and welcome to your very own show, Sambhav Talks. Every Saturday, we come to you with a new topic, and today we are going to be talking about well-being. जी हाँ, हम हर बार बात करते हैं बिजनेस ग्रोथ की, लेकिन बिजनेस ग्रो आपका तब होगा जब आप फिजिकली, मेंटली, इमोशनली, साइकोलॉजिकली वेल है. और इसी टॉपिक पे बात करनी है amazing panelists with us. So let me just bring all of them out here so that they all can wave to you. Hi, Dr. Seema. Hi, Meenakshi. Hi,
Hello.
Mansi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you all doing?
Great.
Great.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Excited hai Sambhav Talks ke liye because today we are going to create a lot of value. Today we are going to create a lot of fun for our audience. So let's
Absolutely
begin.
excited.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
With lots of butterflies.
Lots of butterflies. Awesome. Butterflies are good because they keep you on the edge.
True.
Fantastic, fantastic. So as we move ahead, Dr. Seema, Nishtha, Meenakshi, Mansi, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगी, what is that one word that is coming to you? Dr. Seema, आपने butterflies बोला, but would you want to replace it with some other word right now?
No.
Butterflies?
No. Yeah. Excitement, of course, is there. Excitement plus butterflies.
Butterflies. Awesome. What about you, Nishtha?
excitement.
Excitement. So excitement is all over the room. Meenakshi?
Yes.
Yeah, happiness, I think. That's the word for me always.
Always coming from a happy place, happy space, and creating all the happiness around. Awesome. What about you, Mansi?
So excitement, of course, but gratitude that I'm getting this opportunity, to spread such a great message along with you. Very important. A lot of gratitude.
Awesome. 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 Gratitude, happiness, excitement, and butterflies. This is what we begin Sambhav Talks on. This is the note we begin Sambhav Talks on. So, for all of you who are listening to Sambhav Talks and the recording, I would want to say that there is enough for you to be excited about, to be happy about, and to look for this entire show. Because in the first segment, we would be talking about the physical well being and the mental well-being. And in the second segment of Sambhav Talks, we'll be talking about emotional well-being. So stay tuned because you are in for a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom. So let's invite our first set of panelists, Dr. Seema and Mansi. How are you doing, Dr. Seema and Mansi?
Very well. Thank you.
Oh, doing fantastically well. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So before we move ahead and get into the discussion, we have this ritual. We would want our guests to introduce themselves and really talk about their journey. So we start with you, Mansi, and then we would invite Dr. Seema. All right?
Thanks a lot, Nirupama. I am a certified career analyst and a life purpose coach. And so my journey has been quite a long one in this domain. And that's why, this is why the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Right.
So I've done a lot of, I've got, say, about 18 years, 15 years of experience, but it has been in various fields.
Sure.
So I started off, with my in the corporates where I was doing into finance, and I've done my MBA finance. And something wasn't right, something was not giving me happiness and joy, and that's why how I got into training and coaching. Therefore, when I say I was trying to find a purpose in life, my career was something that I wanted more clarity on. Though I was
Sure.
doing well, but it was causing me a lot of unrest. And here I am. This is like it's basically where my mess becomes my message, and I don't want people to go through that. So that's my mission. Getting them their
Beautiful.
dream careers, yeah, faster, with more clarity, with purpose, everything in alignment. Yeah, that's the idea.
Wonderful. So the whole idea of saving time for them and bringing clarity for them is itself a huge purpose that you are embarking on, and we look forward to your talk and talking about mental well-being in the coming part. And Dr. Seema, now I'm excited to invite you, and we would want to know a little bit about you and your journey, Dr. Seema.
Thank you so much, Nirupama, for inviting me on this platform. It's really grateful to you. Hello all, I'm Dr. Seema. By profession, I'm a naturopath, having an experience of over 15 years and a detox expert as well. To my forte, I have added lots of other modalities so that I can help you all without any medicines. Initially, going with acupressure, acupuncture, yoga, color therapy, mudra therapy, meditation, and a success coach. By manifesting your wishes and desires is another feather to my cap. And yes, I have been a struggler for last 15 years, because coming from Chhattisgarh, it was not easy for me to convince people that yes, we can treat health issues without any medicines, because this concept is totally something like people don't understand. But yes, last 2 years, after especially after COVID, I really got a breakthrough. Now I'm giving my services globally.
That's wonderful, and I'm, so happy to know, Dr. Seema, that you had this patience of holding on to your mission for 15 long years, and you are talking with the same conviction, same excitement, and same butterflies, you know, and I am really, really, happy to know your journey, and I would really want, you to contribute in a huge, huge way to our audience, because this is a huge journey that you're bringing along. Awesome.
It's my passion actually, Nirupama, to be with the people and to give the community, especially I'm looking forward for the smiles that I can spread on faces, and that too without any medicines. That is my mission actually. So that people
Beautiful.
understand that everything is in your these 5 fingers. You name it, you
Right.
have it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. I love the way you are wanting to give a medicine-free world to people, and,
Yeah.
really ensuring that people are getting everything from these 5 fingers. Awesome.
Yes.
So, Dr. Seema, my first question to you is that, as women entrepreneurs, we are primarily working most of the times from home, and sometimes we are careless about, what we eat, when we eat, and
True.
without a healthy routine like this, how do you feel that the physical well-being impact our business growth? Could you talk about the, uh, I mean, relation between the two?
Yes, see, physical well-being 100% affects your growth in any
Yeah.
aspect of your life. Because see, if you are stressed out, if you are sleepless, if you are anxious, and this is all bound to affect your digestion. And as the
Sure.
saying goes, our grandparents say that everything शुरुआत जो होती है पेट से होती है अगर पेट सही तो सब कुछ सही. You must have heard this.
Right.
It's a common saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 90% issues are related to stomach, coming out from the stomach itself, you can say. So psychosomatic health issues now is very popular term which is being used by all the professionals. But what is that actually? What is that? In simple words, you can simplify saying that all your stress, your anxiety, your anxiousness, your fear towards your life or whatever you are into. It can be business, it can be a service, anything, and
Right.
that you are not sure about the future, all coming together gives starts giving you a physical health issue, gradually then converting into serious issues. So if you
Awesome.
just nip the bud initially, why do you have to be unhealthy or face all the discomforts in
Right.
the later run?
Right. So शुरुआत से ही अपने ऊपर काम करने लग जाए, the moment we are getting those signals, and we are figuring out that कुछ गड़बड़ है, that's where you
Exactly.
start working onto yourself. Awesome.
But the problem is that, Nirupama, most of us, we don't listen to the alarm signs of our body. Body is super, super intelligent. It keeps
Right.
on giving you the messages that something you have to take care of. You need to give time to your body. But nahi, we are so much involved in our own world. Nahi hoga, paisa kamana hai, running, 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 and missing everything, which is
Yeah.
we are not we don't even know how to go inward and take care
Right.
of yourself, because that is everything.
Right.
Everything is starting from within. Nothing is outside.
Totally.
Nothing is outside.
सो भागते हुए
Right.
कई बार हम कुछ चीजें जो इम्पोर्टेंट है उस पर ध्यान ना देते हुए हम सोचते हैं कुछ और ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, और इसी
बिल्कुल.
बात की मैं नेक्स्ट बात मानसी से करूंगी. मानसी, हमने फिजिकल वेलबींग की तो बात की, और डॉक्टर सीमा ने बताया सब कुछ पेट से स्टार्ट होता है. एवरीथिंग स्टार्ट्स at emotional level, at a level wherein it gets transferred into a psychosomatic phase. But I want to know from you that what is mental well-being? हमने physical well-being की बात की, but I want to know from you that what is this mental well-being that we are talking about today?
So, Nirupama, I'll give a very simple definition to this.
हाँ जी.
Mental well-being is just thriving, thriving in various areas of your life. Up,
Okay.
how, like, it is your relationship, it is your work, it is your play. And it's not to say कि ups and downs आएंगे नहीं, absolutely आएंगे. That's life. Ups and downs आएंगे. But how
हाँ.
are you managing? How are you
Right.
coping with it? Are you bouncing back quickly? That is your mental, without getting bogged down by, हो ही नहीं रहा, सब कुछ हाथ पैर ठंडे पड़ गए, नहीं होगा. Mental well-being is when you're able to manage it all, like in sync with problems. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Sure.
That is what it is.
So could you talk about some of the reasons why people, suffer from mental unrest? And आजकल हमने देखा है जैसे stress, depression, anxiety बहुत common हो गए. पहले बोलते थे, oh my God, there are a very handful of people who are having these symptoms, but even small children these days have stress, depression, anxiety. So could you talk about some of the reasons? How does this happen?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the biggest problems. Stress, as you said, it's not even at work. Work में तो stress है. Children, small children who are in class fourth are stressed. Kids who just start going to school are stressed. जिनके board exams हैं stressed. So many suicides. People are committing suicide left, right, and center. Small children. किसी ने किसी को कुछ कह दिया, they're not able to manage, and they're committing suicide. There's stress, there's anxiety, there's depression.
Right.
Left, right, and center, we're hearing these. Why does it happen? Again,
Mm-hmm.
because our coping mechanisms are not in place. There's constant self doubt, self worth. We're questioning ourselves. We don't think we're good enough. That is what is happening. Also, I feel we're not aligned to what we want and what we are doing. For
Sure.
children, I'd say again, okay, so it starts where? It starts how our children are learning, right? From us. So if the parents
Yes.
are not aligned, I'll start with work because that's where I'm very passionate about that. If a parent or somebody is not happy at work because they're not chosen the right career, so it is a trickle. It's a ripple effect on everything that you do. I come back home. I feel crappy at work. I come back home and वो गुस्सा सारा घर पे निकल रहा है. Yeah, even if I'm not
Right.
screaming, I am not happy. I'm in a bad mood. I'm not interacting with my children, maybe with my friends, my partner, my parents, and
Mm-hmm.
it spreads. And then that's the vibe that gets everybody gets to see. The children, take it from their parents, and that is what they think this is the way it is, and hence
Right.
it carries on. It carries on like that. And yeah, it's just that you feel good enough नहीं है, deserve नहीं करते, life में कुछ रखा नहीं है, kick नहीं मिल रहा है. I have people
Yeah.
35 and saying kick नहीं मिल रहा है life में.
Mm-hmm.
There is no joy in life, and that's what it is all about. Everything is not
Sure.
joyful, but we need
Sure.
coping mechanisms.
Right. Now that you've spoken about coping mechanisms, I would want to call Dr. Seema again. And Dr. Seema, हम आपसे बात करना चाहेंगे to really know that, what are those healthy habits that one can inculcate? Because जैसे मानसी ने बोला, it is not when we fall ill, that's when we start looking out for solutions. But there have to be certain things that are preventive. So could you talk about some of the ways by which we can maintain our physical well-being? Because you have been a detox expert, and हम आपसे definitely जानना चाहेंगे that what are those basic detox strategies that anybody can really start following at home. Over to you.
Sure. The first thing that you should understand is that pH level of our body is a very important factor, to take care of you. Like to balance the pH level, you can always go with alkaline food every 2 hours. Suppose if you
Sure.
have had breakfast or an empty stomach, if you have had a glass of juice or alkaline water, then you can go with the breakfast. Then after 2 to 3 hours, as the time permits, you can go again with some fruits. I mean, to balance the acid and the alkaline level of your body is the basic thing that can keep you healthy. Just in few days, you can see the results, especially
Okay.
the common problems like acidity, burping, blotting, and uneven skin tone, pigmentation, the dark circles. Everything can be taken care of very easily by doing just simple step adding to your
Sure.
life.
Sure.
Okay.
So alkaline food every 2 hours is what you suggest to begin with for everyone out
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
And could you talk about some of the, कई बार होता है हमारे routines, हमारे habits, and as entrepreneurs, कभी जल्दी काम कर रहे हैं, कभी late night तक काम कर रहे हैं. So we would really want to know some, changes and routines that people could inculcate and that could give them an instant solution out there.
Go with lots of fresh, I mean, raw food instead of going with
Okay.
packed and industrial food, because
Okay.
raw food has life and it is 100% soluble.
Okay.
So instantly it gets dissolved with your this blood, and it gives you all the nutrients that your body is looking for, thus helping
Amazing.
you to be more energetic and more productive. Okay.
Amazing. This is something I'm taking on, and I'm making sure, that I am having a portion of raw food in my plate, from
Yeah.
today itself.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You see
Awesome.
the results. Definitely, it is going to give you very good results in just few days.
Awesome. Awesome. Really looking forward to that. Now, Mansi, my next question is to you that, you had left your conversation with coping mechanisms, but could you talk about some of the coping mechanisms that people can really follow when, they have mental well-being issues, especially at workplace?
Oh yeah. So some of the coping mechanisms, especially at workplaces, that you if you're not feeling good enough, the
Mm-hmm.
idea is to do. You can do a do-over. Frankly, if find out what is that is causing the problem. These are symptoms like in a physical body. If I'll just give a very simple example, because most of us will, and Dr. Seema did talk about it. Body manifests in the end. So
Yes.
even if I'm having trouble at work and there is mental unrest, probably I can't express myself. I am all bottled up. I have boundary issues. Many of my clients come up with, they have problem in saying no. They can't set boundaries with their seniors, and
Mm-hmm.
they have usually gala kharab ho jata hai because they're not
Right.
expressing themselves. Too
Yes.
much stress at work, I mean, everybody just check. Too much stress is work at work. What happens? Bar bar zukham ho raha hai. You're getting this these seasonal flu. Not everybody gets it, but
Yes.
this is what happens. Then this it all starts inside. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely resonate with what Dr. Seema said. It all starts inside, and the body manifests right at the end. So the coping mechanism is, please express yourself. Find out where the problem is. You have to do a lot of inner talk. There is this inner voice and inner chatter which keeps holding you back, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
be braver than that. You have to be stronger. Get over it. How you can talk to your boss, be aligned to your sensibilities.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel, oh God, this is not the career for me, then please have the courage to find out, get expert help. Find
Sure.
out what is your personality, what is your purpose, what are your interests, and align yourself to that kind of a job. I mean, I'll give you a very simple example.
Mm-hmm.
अगर लता मंगेशकर जी क्रिकेट खेल रही होती तो क्या शी वुड हैव रीच्ड वेयर शी वुड हैव रीच्ड प्रॉब्ली
Of course.
डिप्रेशन हो जाता उनको भी एंड अगर
Right.
सचिन तेंदुलकर गाना गाते तो ओ माय गॉड वी वुड हैव नॉट हैड टू लेजेंड्स सो इट इज
Right.
सिंपल एज दैट एंड वो अपने आप को कंपेयर ही करते रहते हैं ना कि ओ गॉड मैं तो अच्छा क्रिकेट नहीं खेल पा रही हूँ क्या कमी है मुझ में मेरे माँ बाप तो चाहते थे please don't do that. Take your career choices, be brave, ask for help. Just align it. Life can be beautiful. You have to say, yeah, I'm going to work. You can't be saying, shit, office jana hai. It cannot be like that. You know, find your
Yeah,
purpose.
I'm on this show. I mean, I'm so happy to hear this from you.
See, absolutely. So, yeah, it's tough, but one has got to do it. Absolutely. You know.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for saying that, Mansi. And before we let both of you go, I would want to really ask a few questions as a part of our rapid fire. And Dr. Seema, आपसे पूछेंगे, if we leave you in a forest and you don't have anything to eat, anything to drink, so आप क्या करेंगे वहाँ पे?
Why? Nature has given us so much of things. And अगर आप forest में छोड़े हैं तो I think that is the best this possibilities I'll be having there. Lots of
Okay.
fruits and the leaves and whatever the animals are eating. We are also social animals. Why do you think that
Right.
you will starve over there?
Awesome. That is what I was looking for, because you are a naturopath, and I thought, okay, Dr. Seema को अगर हम forest में छोड़ेंगे, तो she's actually going to create a resource out of that.
Yeah, because
Excellent. For her. Absolutely.
Awesome. Mansi, my question to you as a part of this rapid fire is, let's say if you have to give an advice to 10 years old, 10 years ago, Mansi, so what advice would you want to give to her?
So I would tell her, go with your gut. Your instinct tells you what to do. I am doing what I'm doing. I've been told by my gut, do this. But I did not pursue it. I said, okay, fine. What is everybody saying? What do my parents say? What is more lucrative? all that jazz. What is acceptable? No, Baba. Go with your gut and you will shine. Go with your gut, guys. It doesn't lie. Listen to it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is so powerful. And, Dr. Seema is telling us how to be resourceful, and Mansi is talking about listening to your gut, listening to your instinct. Thank you so much. We are so happy to hear all these insights from you in panel one. We'll call you again for the Q&A part. Till then, let me call the second panel. And
Thank
I would
you.
want to really say something. डॉक्टर सीमा मानसी आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे सेकंड पैनल को बिफोर you actually pass the baton to them? Are you going to give them a good competition, or what it is like? What is this thing that you would want to
So,
tell?
so I'll just say all the best, guys. We are not in competition. We are together. Let's collaborate.
Collaboration, yes.
हम
Absolutely.
साथ साथ हैं is what I would like to say. हम साथ साथ हैं.
I love it. I love it. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Seema. We'll call you again in a short bit. And let's talk to Minakshi and, uh, sorry, Nishtha. Yes. I always remember that Zen, in your Instagram handle. So for me, it was like, okay, there's a Buddha at the back. So where is the Zen going? Okay, Nishtha, we would want to know from you a little bit about you and how did you begin your journey?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here along with these beautiful people and you. And hi everyone, this is Nisha here, a holistic life coach, which means I take care of, all the aspects of your life. I don't believe that you can heal one thing and let go of another. Everything is connected, your personal life, your professional life, your business, your work, your mental health, physical health, emotional health. Only when
Right.
everything is balanced, I believe that you're holistically living. That's when I came up with this holistic life coach. I'm also a healer, energy healer, and entrepreneur.
Beautiful.
So my journey started way back in childhood when, people were reading different fictional books. I wouldn't say that it's wrong or right, but I would say it was not easy for me to go with those stories rather than, I was struggling with my own things, and that put me into spirituality, self-help, psychology at a much earlier age.
Right.
And it never stopped since then. Although I did my engineering in BTech, like graduated from electronics and communication engineering, I also worked at corporate. But life purpose means it will call you back to it. No matter where you go, what you do, it's following you. That's
Yes.
when I realized that, okay, maybe the potential that I have, my strengths as a coach, I could utilize it better when I leave, corporate and actually put all my attention to it. So that's when I came into this, and since then I've been working with a lot of people around self-love, confidence, self-awareness, and healing in the past. So in last 3 years, I worked with 300 plus people around this, and I experienced that each and every human being has so much potential in them, which is just blocked by the society, conditioning, and fears. All we need to do is release them, and they will shine definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love the way that you said that your purpose will call you back. Like the way Mansi was talking about that part, अपनी gut की सुनो. So I'm so glad you listen to your gut and you listen to your instinct, and we have you here, and we can't wait to hear all the amazing things from you, Nishtha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, Minakshi, we would want to know a little bit about your journey before we get into the question and answers.
Well,
Could you talk about it?
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Nirupama, from the gut health to the to going with your gut and then the gut feeling.
Yes.
All of this takes you to getting happy. I mean, getting happy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So happy morning to
I love
everyone
it.
here. Yeah, and thank you, Nirupama, for inviting me to share my journey with your august audience. I am super duper excited and equally humbled sharing this space with all the incredibly, you know, uh, evolved ladies in the room. So I
Right.
am Meenakshi Chingra, a purpose happiness coach, founder and happiness designer for Happy Yes Space. I believe you say yes to life is the only way to say yes to happiness. I'm also the founder and purpose coach of a learning platform called the Mind Design, and passionate about helping individuals and organizations tap into the power of emotions because that's the only way to success and growth. So I help people find their emotional pH balance. and design success the happy way.
Beautiful. So, from the pH that Dr. Seema was talking about, we are really looking at the pH of a human being, And I am really excited to know what is this concept of pH, from you. But before that, I would want to start with Nishtha. And Nishtha, as the second panel's topic is emotional well being. We are talking about emotional well being for business growth. So, let's start with the basics. What is emotional well being? And why is it important for any individual?
Okay, so I believe that anyone who is able to identify, accept, and channelize their emotions well are emotionally healthy and emotionally intelligent beings. So, if you know that we as a human being has a capability of experiencing more than 5 emotions within half a minute, it's like it will
Okay.
fluctuate so much, and because of this, it could be something very beautiful. But because of this, many people are in control of their emotions, such as anger, frustration, sadness, on a daily basis without knowing what's happening, and they eventually start resenting themselves. That's like, they feel that what's wrong with me, something is wrong with me, why is everyone so emotionally stable, why they are stable, but something is wrong with me. But nothing is wrong with you. It's just you need to be aware of those emotions, identify, accept it without judgment, and channelize it for your purpose. And for this, I would say that, befriending your emotions is the way to go. It's like having a compass for yourself. The moment you know what emotion is guiding you where, you can heal that part of you. It's like the part of you which needs healing is expressed through your body. So, generally, I have heard from my clients also that, they say, I'm too emotional. I'm so angry person. No, you're not angry person. There is certain aspect of your life which has not been taken care of, and that's why these emotions are coming up now. And it's coming in the form of anger, frustration. That only means you need to take care of this moment. Take care of
Right.
your anger at this moment. You don't need to go to the thousand cases of history in your childhood. Just take care of this moment. Let it go. Let it heal in this moment, and it will heal all
Beautiful.
your life, your future, past, everything. So
Awesome.
that's I feel. And when you talk about business, I believe that business is like a flow. When you try to structure it so much, you'll feel blocked yourself. And when
Right.
business, it's more about adding value. You can only add value when you're flowing with that value. And the moment
Right.
it's blocked, you cannot flow, be it money or the product you're having, the ideas. So, what blocks all of these? It's emotions, the unexpressed emotions from the
Sure.
past. So, we need to clear those emotions, and you will flow even in your business.
I'm taking that one for you. Business is a flow, and you need to remove all the blocks, that are coming as impediment in your business. Awesome. So Funny is saying, "Hi, Power Girls. Nice to listen to your talks." For all of those who are listening to us, I would want to know from you that what all are the emotions that you are facing in your life, or what are those emotions that generally come, when you are at your workplace. Please let us know in the chat section, because here we have a contest and we are going to be really giving an amazing gift to somebody who is interacting with us throughout. So please let us know what all are the emotions that you face or the people around you face at workplace. So from here we move to Minakshi, and Minakshi, I would want to know from you that we are looking at creating emotionally healthy cultures at workplace. So would want to know from you that why is it that organizations need to understand emotions in workplace and how these emotions affect their employees. So could you, like Nisha spoke about the different emotions that we had, and you identify that, you heal them. That is what she spoke about. But I want to know from you, are these emotions good, bad, or, because generally sometimes people say, oh, you should not be that emotional. I would want your take on that, Minakshi.
Okay, so definitely, emotions are nothing but chemical reactions. Emotions are a part of us being human.
Okay.
No human is without an emotions. So as Nisha said, accept them, identify and accept them. That's the most important. Okay. Uh, so they they define the way you're going to interact with others.
Yes.
And interactions are going to happen in workplaces
Yes.
or in anywhere in life. Life is not without interactions at all. So how can life be without emotions?
Right.
So, firstly, that acceptance is very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the second word in your question, that is the culture. Now, what is a culture?
Yeah,
Culture is the way people behave anywhere.
sure.
So, culture of an organization is the way people will behave in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And what will define the way people will behave? They
Mm-hmm.
will be behaving based on their beliefs, their value system,
Right,
what has been communicated to them about the organization's values, organization's visions.
right.
And when people are able to see themselves aligned with that,
Mm-hmm.
when they feel that they belong there, when they feel that they uh, would be able to grow here, would be able to express here, then they have good emotions.
Yeah.
Now, also, again, when I say the word good emotions, I also want to clarify that there is nothing called a good emotion or bad emotion, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might say that excitement is a good emotion and
Right,
stress is not. No, neither excitement nor stress are emotions. Firstly,
right.
these are feelings or an outcome. Okay, but anger is not a bad emotion. Emotions are only sparks.
Mm-hmm.
There's some chemical locha in the body. As Munna Bhai said, chemical locha ho gaya hai. That is it. That's some chemical reaction in the body.
Right,
Nothing more than that. That's like a spark.
right.
Now, with this spark, when our thoughts connect,
Mm-hmm.
our preset notions, our perceptions connect with them,
Right.
or our thoughts about the future connect with them, you know,
Absolutely.
okay, that's when they get transformed into feelings, and feelings are fire.
Mm-hmm.
आग लगी होती है.
Wow.
Now, how you use the आग decides whether you will be cooking a good meal or burning everything.
Oh, wow.
So that is it. So to take care of emotions, the feelings are taken care of, and growth definitely happens. That's when employees create something in the organization. I really like to quote Simon
Yes.
Sinek. He says, when people are emotionally invested in the organization, that's when they are productive for the organization.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where they are working on that purpose, on that mission of the organization, because otherwise they don't know why they are doing what they are doing.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
So if they don't see themselves in the organization,
Yes,
why would they work for the
absolutely.
organization? So that emotional connect is very, very vital.
Amazing, amazing. This is such a great, insight from you. And I love the way you said it's a chemical locha, and we just leave it there. And also, the second takeaway for me is how do we channelize these emotions? Do we cook a beautiful meal or we burn the things down? So that's a wonderful insight from you. From that, we move to Nishtha. Nishtha, I would want to know, like, Meenakshi spoke about that we have a range of emotions going on, and as we work, as we interact, we'll have emotions. So, could you talk about some of the ways by which one can really take care of their emotional well-being? Some tangible steps, if our audience can get.
Okay. So, as she mentioned already, wo chemical locha. It means that it's not you. You're not your emotions. It's just the bodily response to external events. The moment you understand that, you'll start to navigate through these emotions and heal to the roots. So, first thing is, wherever you are, start disidentifying with the emotions. And how you can do that? You can start by journaling things like, I am feeling anger, or I am feeling sadness. Not I am angry, I am sad. There's a
Right,
distinction between these two statements. Start journaling around these things. And the moment you
right.
do that, you'll start becoming more compassionate towards yourself. And with every event next time, you'll gain more awareness. Okay, this is the situation where I'm probably going to feel this. Let's see what happens in my body. Then you go in the observer rather than being that identified victim ego self. That is where you need to start. That is where you need to always start awareness, healing, whatever it is. First, identify,
Beautiful.
start writing whatever you're feeling. Let's say, what is the most troubling emotion you're having in your life right now? Maybe it's anger. Start writing it. Like, okay, on the scale of 1 to 10, that's what I do with my clients because this topic is very abstract. How to measure that you're
Yes,
growing in this? So, first
it's
thing is
not quantitative.
not
Yes,
quantitative. but only you can measure it. Not even someone else can do it for you. Just write it on the scale of 10. Okay, this week, how much I felt anger in my life. So maybe it's like 7 out of 10. And next time, maybe 5. So the awareness itself will help you grow more and become better and handle better these emotions. Now, second thing is, which again Meenakshi mentioned, that don't attach your past or future to it. Because if I tell you honestly, there's a scientific proof that emotions last only 90 seconds. That means within 1.5 minutes, you're supposed to forget all the things that have been happened, the hurt, the pain. But what we are doing is starting to identify with it. I am this. I am this person. See, I told you. See, I told you. This is something we start doing. We start attaching the past. I am this person. I am that person. Don't do that, and it will slowly move away, go away. And yeah, I guess this is one thing. Second thing is, physical activity, because there are so many somatic healing methods, which is like, channelizing your emotions and anger and frustration through, physical workouts. And that is by being conscious that, in this moment I'm just letting out everything, having some time of your day just to, let out your emotions. That does not mean that, you go and throw anger on everyone else. No, you do it in private, you do it yourself, you take care of yourself.
Beautiful, beautiful. Taking out some time for physical workout and journaling are certain things, I am taking on from you, Nishtha. I mean, that's something I would be following. Now we would want to call Minakshi. And Minakshi, I would want to ask you that since, you are a proponent of happiness and you started this show with happiness. So happy employees create happier organizations. So I would want to know from you, could you talk about some of the ways by which workplaces can be emotionally healthy? So we've spoken about individuals being emotionally healthy. Now we would want to know from you, how can workspaces be emotionally healthy?
Okay. So the emotional health of any organization is not just the responsibility of the leaders of the organization. Okay. So it is the responsibility of everyone who's a part of that
Sure.
organization. Firstly, so with this at the uh, as the foundational belief, uh, yet a whole lot of responsibility does fall on the shoulders of the leadership.
Okay.
Now, leaders, I would say, are not the ones who are in charge. Leaders are the ones who take care of the people they are in charge of.
Wonderful.
When they take care of the people they are in charge of, those people will take care of the work that they are in charge of. And that's what the organization requires,
Yes,
isn't it? So
absolutely.
that means when we prioritize the emotional culture of an organization, what are we unlocking? We are unlocking the power of the purpose and happiness of the workforce. And anybody who is aligned with the purpose and happiness of their own self will see success and growth eventually.
Awesome.
There are no doubts about it, no second thoughts about it. Okay. So even surveys and the WHO and World Economic Forum's reports have said that organizations which have prioritized their employee satisfaction,
Yeah.
their employee well-being, they see more than 20% of increase in productivity.
Wow.
They have higher employee engagement. There is lesser sick leave request. You know, there is if there is customer rating is something that they depend on, then there is increase in that itself, from
Right.
10 to 15% increase in customer rating.
Yes.
There is at least 20% increase in the sales. Wouldn't that make an organization happier? I
Absolutely, it
think
will.
that's what, yeah. So what do those organizations do? They take care of their stakeholders' emotional well-being. Now, the
Beautiful.
stakeholders are customers, the stakeholders are the employees as well. Okay, I'm reminded of my guru in happiness is Tony Shea. We lost him in 22, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
He was the founder of Zappos, a shoe manufacturing company, who also founded a program called Delivering Happiness.
Right.
And that, of course, is a renowned happiness program
Sure.
across the world. Now, his simple funda of work culture was that keep your employees and keep your customers happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I once heard one of his videos. He said that our customer feedback calls have at times continued for more than 1 hour
Yeah.
because then they might start with complaining about the quality of the shoe, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually they might actually start talking about their emotional appeal.
Yes.
And all they are looking for is somebody to listen to them. And
Right.
he says, if my employees can give him that,
Mm-hmm.
what's the harm? And because of this, he's one almost never had any returns. And if at all any returns happened, yet the customers always came back to repeat the order.
Wow.
What was this? This is bringing happiness and growth to the organization.
Absolutely.
This was only through giving happiness and an emotional cushion to
Mm-hmm.
the customers.
Mm-hmm.
And while doing that, who was also getting happiness in return? The employees.
Yes.
Yes. So that's very, very important. Another thing that I'm reminded of is a company called Zomato that everybody knows about.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
food delivery app in India. Now, recently they implemented a program called Zoman.
Okay.
Now, what is Zoman? Zoman is a sabbatical policy
Mm-hmm.
wherein the company gives its employees 6 months paid leave to pursue something that they are passionate about.
Wow.
When somebody is passionate about something, that thing will empower them,
Yes.
and an empowered employee will always add to the value of the company.
It will create an empowered organization and I think empower the customers. I mean, it's a ripple effect as Mansi was talking about, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, a happier the employer, the more successful the company is. It's a
Beautiful.
directly proportional relationship, I would say.
Loved it. Love it. You take care of your employees and your employees take care of your company. That's
True.
something I'm getting from you. So
Yeah.
let's see what our audience is saying. Rekha Nagar says fantabulous insights from Meenakshi Dhingra. uh, Funny says sometimes I feel frustrated for my cowardice. Okay, we'll talk about all these things generally. I don't voice my opinions, so let me call the other panelists and let's take some Q&A out here so that we can really answer some of the questions that our audience has given in the chat section. Funny says, do you get organizations asking you for your work with their employees? Does that really happen in businesses, Meenakshi? This is a question directed to Meenakshi directly. I'll repeat that. Do you get organizations asking you for your work with their employees?
Yes, yes, of course. They do ask me for emotional wellness programs, and that is required. I normally have a mantra for organizations that's ease the environment for your employees. Okay. Now, what is ease? Ease is allow them expression of their emotions.
Lovely.
Okay. Give them a safe environment where they can express themselves without the fear of being judged, without the fear of any repercussions.
Yes. Amazing.
Okay, that's very important. Appreciate them, acknowledge their emotions, acknowledge that, yeah, okay, I understand you feel this way. Genuinely acknowledge it, not just say and then move on.
Not a lip
Genuinely
service.
acknowledge it. Yes, absolutely, not just a lip service. Uh, Provide support, whatever, in whichever way you can. When somebody has a fever and calls up the boss and says, I can't come to the office because I have fever, the leave is granted.
Yes.
When somebody says, I'm feeling very low today, I'm just not in the mood to work, I need a leave. Do we grant a leave there
Wow.
with the same ease or not? That's a question for leaders to ask. And
Amazing.
finally, empower. Empower your employees. And how do you empower them? You empower them by teaching these emotional wellness techniques. And that's where my role comes in. That's
Wonderful.
where I get called.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Funny says this one's for Nishtha. Very well said, Nishtha. Not showing anger in public. but deal with it in private and don't get attached to the feelings. CA Varna Pinto says, Nishtha Sen, great insights on emotions and healing. This is a question from Prema. How to handle difficult, emotions like frustration, irritation, anger, nervousness? If you could answer that.
Okay. So first of all, like identifying like what situations, what people, and is it like all people? Because generally we have a psychological bias that I am this person, and in this environment I'm always going to feel this way. And we, even if we are not supposed to feel, we our body is already getting prepared to feel
Yeah.
that way. So
Yeah.
having the proper distinction, what's the reality, what's like what's just the past. Because if the emotion is in the moment, you can handle it well, but if it
Right.
is coming because of something happened in the past, because you're biased about something, then it is a different way of handling them. So only
Lovely.
way to go about it is, first like focus on your breathing, because thoughts create overthinking so much that your emotions become a problem. But if you're focusing on your breathing, you cannot think so much. That's a saying in a Buddhist culture as well. The more you focus on your breathing, you cannot overthink. So
Lovely.
focus on your breathing in that moment and try to come back to your feelings, come back to your body when you're feeling it. If you feel it's not manageable, in many cases it happens, like you cannot focus on your breathing. Do one thing, take a moment, instead of responding immediately or reacting immediately, just go in private, do something like, punch in the air, or try to release it, shake your body off, because there's excess energy that's being created. The more
Right.
you understand that it's just a bodily response, the more you can release it better. So try
Beautiful.
doing this and go in the same space with a better mindset. And if you feel that you're, completely clear, then start communicating whatever you feel. Then it will be a different way of communication.
Awesome, awesome. So breath work and removing that excess energy is something very valuable from you, Nishtha. Dr. Seema, there's a question that has come that what are the lifestyle changes that one can do to prevent diseases? Because most of the times the things are happening post-mortem. So what are the lifestyle changes that can be taken to prevent diseases and ensure better health?
To balance your pH level, as I told, by taking the alkaline foods every 2 to 3 hours. That's the simplest form, simplest way to keep yourself healthy.
Wonderful, wonderful. So focusing on balancing our pH level is what Dr. Seema has got for us. All right, finally, one question on mental energy. Uh, Sita says that how can I maintain my mental energy? Mansi.
So there are many ways to do that. To maintain your mental energy, we, as again, Nisha was telling us, go ahead, do stuff that you enjoy doing. You have to find a hobby. You have to manage your energy. So journal. There's excessive of stuff here. Either journal, get it out of your system. That's important. Or if you can
Right.
talk to somebody. But journaling always helps. Just make it a habit. 5, 10 lines every day. Start with that. Working out helps. When it's too much energy in the body, here just go for a walk. Go be amongst plants. That works beautifully. Listen to your favorite track. Do a silly number. Go dance. If you have kids, be silly with them. Just if you have a pet therapy works. Retail therapy works. So there are few things. See what works for you. Experiment. Yeah, just that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Kavita Vikas says self pity, self sympathy when you don't get what you want or deserve, how to move on and have a strong mind that that set the sound good, but at times you feel like giving up. You feel like giving up, you have self pity, self sympathy, but and you feel that things are not happening the way you want them to happen. So, how do we really take care of these situations? Anybody of you who would want to answer?
So may I?
Yes, please, Minakshi.
Okay. Okay, so self pity or self loathing, any of these are basically, let's first understand that what is the difference between the emotional and mental well being,
Yes.
So, emotional is more of a chemical reaction in our body, okay? And the best tool to take care of that is to space it out from the feelings.
Yes.
As Nista just said, pause, take a pause.
I am not anger. I am
Then,
not angry. I am feeling angry. That little.
yeah, yes, I
Yes.
am feeling angry. At this moment, I experience anger. So breathing really works wonders here. So when you just take that's the best remedy anybody says for anger management. Just take deep breaths.
Right.
Take deep breaths. Because when you shift your focus to the breath, you have disconnected the emotion from the feeling. Now you have the time to jump the feelings.
Right.
And you jump straight to the behavior. Straight to the behavior, and you think in your mind, what can I do with this emotion? I'm feeling this emotion. What do I do with it now?
Right.
Now there is a conscious behavior instead of an automatic behavior that would have got triggered by the
Right.
yeah. So when you have a choice to make a conscious behavior, choose a conscious behavior, that's when you innovate.
Right.
You get creative. You find newer, better ways of dealing with that
Right.
emotion. Now that's the emotional thing. Now self-pity comes from mental, overthinking. That's the mental wellness aspect. That comes from overthinking about any aspect. Overthinking about I am not good at, I am not good at something. That's a repeat record playing in your mind. How do you get out of it? Again, take a pause. Pause is beautiful, let me tell you.
Lovely.
Even the pause between two breaths is beautiful. Try experiencing that,
Awesome.
you know. So take a pause and now think about what can I focus on now and make it better. The moment you focus on one thing and make it better, you won't feel pity about yourself. You'll be proud of yourself.
Absolutely. Lovely, lovely. I am loving it. Breath work, taking a pause, and what is it that I can focus on now rather than, going in the past or really ruminating over the future, what's going to happen out there. So wonderful, wonderful.
Nirupama,
Yes.
can I add just add
Yes,
to
yes.
this? It's
Please, Mansi.
beautifully explained by Meenakshi. So I'm going to give a tool for this. Like when there is self doubt or self pity, so it comes from two things. Either it's a fear. So identify. See, as Nishta kept saying, and all of us identify. Awareness will empower you. So identify. It could be a fear, or it could be an it usually comes from a fear. What is that fear? It could be, again, is it a lie? Something that you heard, yourself doubting yourself. It is a lie because you heard it and you did not go through it, you have not lived it. Or it could be a lack, it could be an inadequacy. So because you're doing introspection, as all my friends are saying, that's important. Think. Don't shy away from asking these tough questions. Is it what fear? What is that inadequacy? What is that lack? And that leads to self doubt, self pity, self sympathy, as you're saying. So find that out. And then once you find the answer to it, change that inadequacy to empower yourself. Change it. Empower yourself. Do something about it. If it's a lie, because somebody told you, then in any way it's an inadequacy, right?
Yes.
So categorize and then take small steps. Make small take small steps. This take care of this moment. That's important.
Lovely.
Again, I'm yeah. So there you go. Just
Lovely.
don't
I love the way,
shy away.
you people are all coming to a common standpoint. Meenakshi said, what is it that you can focus on right now? And the way Mansi has brought it to the same place, I am totally loving it. So this brings us to the last part. And for all the listeners who are listening to us, I would want you to tell us in the chat section that what is your biggest takeaway. The person who gives me the best takeaway will win a prize today. So please type in, move your fingers, and let us know, because the panelists have brought in a lot of value for all of you. So please let us know in the chat section that what is your biggest takeaway. And we start with the reflections. Mansi, since you are on the screen right now, we would want to know from you that what has been your reflection of the talk today.
So, I absolutely feel that it's all related. Your physical, emotional, spiritual, how you go about it's all related. You can't ignore one and work on the other. But yes, I mean, it has to be worked in sync. And don't beat yourself up, guys. Just give yourself a chance. Don't have to handle everything together. That's all everybody said. Take small steps, and life is good. Life is not good, life is not bad. It's just how you make out of it. What are you doing about it? So go with the flow. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
That's what I
Go
say.
with the flow, take baby steps. Amazing. I am loving it. Yes. Meenakshi, we would want to know from you next that what has been your reflection of today?
So I found the gut connection here.
Yes.
right from the very
Yes, yes,
beginning.
gutting
Okay.
it.
So, yes, the gutting it. So, it's your gut health affects your feelings a lot,
Yes,
and your feelings affect your gut health too.
yeah.
You know that I'm having gut feeling is not just a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Research has shown time and again that intense emotions can disturb the pH balance of your body. And then it becomes a vicious circle. The disturbed pH balance of your stomach, of your bloodstream, will disturb the pH of your
Yes.
mind. You get reflected from your purpose. And then how do you reach the happiness that you're seeking?
So, Minakshi, is that pH purpose and happiness, as your title says?
Yes, the pH is purpose and happiness.
Awesome, awesome. I am totally loving it. From the pH of the body to the pH of mind. And that's where we'll bring our physical well being expert, Dr. Seema. Dr. Seema, we would want to know from you what has been your reflection for today.
Summing up, I think one should go to the root cause of any issue, whether it is
Mm-hmm.
mental, emotional, or physical. Because ultimately, at the end, we are all made of five elements. That is
Mm-hmm.
universe, and that the same thing is in your body also. So to balance the five elements to get the results and working on the four pillars of your life, that is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is equal to abundance.
Wow, wow, wow. That's so wonderful. Like the way you connected the five elements and all the four areas of your life, five areas of your life that you mentioned, that's so powerful. Yes, Nisha, the final take from you before we get into our one-liners.
Okay, so again, like holistically working on everything will always keep a balance in your life. That's what I got from everything. Like listening to Dr. Seema, Meenakshi, and Mansi, I feel, we cannot neglect anything, just like Mansi told. So I feel
That's true.
taking care of everything physical, emotional, spiritual, in whatever way is possible for you in this moment. Instead of listening everything and start doing everything, take that one problem, one thing in your life right
That's
now,
it.
and start focusing on it. That's what I believe.
Wonderful, wonderful. Start with one
Absolutely.
thing, take
Wonderful.
baby steps. Oh my
Yes.
God, I am totally loving it. The way you people are collaborating together. So we begin with the one-liner that you would want to give to our audience.
You want me to
Nisha.
say?
Yes,
Okay.
Nisha, because you're on the screen. Yes.
Okay. So I believe that best way to live is your way to live. And how to know your way to live is just follow your emotions and feelings because they are your best teachers.
Wow. Follow your emotions and feelings. They are your best teachers. From Nishtha, we move to Meenakshi. Meenakshi, over to you.
So I don't have a one liner, I have one word for
Okay.
everyone, and that is emotions.
Uh-huh.
The word is emotions. Okay. Engage meaningfully in open, trusting interactions to nurture, to optimize and nurture successes. That's how you build an emotionally healthy culture.
Wow. Optimize, wow, and nurture. Wow. Those are the two words that I'm taking from you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes, we move to you, Mansi. We would want to know from you.
So for me, see, I go back career with a purpose, and also what I'd say is like choose a job that you love, and you will never have to work in your life. I stand by that.
Amazing, amazing, fantastic. Choose the work, choose the job that you love. Awesome. Yes, Dr. Seema, the last one from you.
Yeah. Go inward, listen to what your body has to say.
Wonderful.
Connect with
That
yourself. Connect with yourself.
beautiful, beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you everyone for these lovely insights. And Kirti Kakade is saying balance comes from starting with consciousness. And that's a wonderful takeaway that we would want to conclude with. And Kirti, I would want to say you win a special prize. Guys, can we all congratulate Kirti Kakade and let's actually send her this special prize. Kirti, please reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'll be happy to send you this special prize. So thank you everyone for being there, for being such an amazing audience. We'll see you very
Thank you.
soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Sending you loads and loads of love.
Thank you.